Hi everybody, I just finished my Tuesday video, but I wanted to get the Friday video done right away while it was fresh in my mind. And I promised you that I would show you a couple of real cute cards. This one is very simple to make. I hope you had, but before I go any further, I just want to say I hope you had a great Thanksgiving. We have a lot to be thankful for. No matter how hard life gets, there's always something to be thankful for. So I always try to count my blessings. So before I go into showing you how to make this card and another one that's a little more involved, I want to tell you that for my 12 days of Christmas specials, first of all, if you comment, every time you comment, I know you're here, I will enter your name in a drawing, and I have some really, really nice prizes to give out, and I will draw a name every day. So that's 12 prizes. You have 12 chances. If you comment every day, you have a chance to win every day. The second thing is, I want to tell you that I am offering on any order you placed through me, not through my website, but through me, I will offer free shipping. So what I want to do, I'll collect the orders, and at the end of the event, I'll place the order and I'll get your orders to you. So that's 12 days. So I think that's pretty good. The Creative Memories sponsored Black Friday specials do not qualify for this, because you have to in order to get that, you have to place your order through my website, which is www.creativememories.com/user/Laura Maguire, capital Laura, capital Maguire, no spaces. Okay, so with that in mind, I'm going to show you how easy it is to make this particular card. So what you'll need is the card base. You will need the Nativity Border Maker cartridge. Not Border Maker cartridge, but Border Punch. And that's how I got this. And I've already punched the border. And what I did, I'll show you how I cut it. But to save time, I am not going to punch the border. And I've shown you how to use the Border Maker system before, so that should be pretty cut and dry. And I'll go through that again maybe later, but if you ask me to, I'll do it definitely. Okay, so that's the Nativity Border Punch. You'll need a piece of gold shimmer or bronze shimmer paper, and that is cut at 4 by 5 1/4, and that's how you get this perfect border around your card. So that gets, I cut this wrong, as you can see. It is 4 by 5 1/4. Let me just, I think I cut this at 4 1/2 by 4. Yeah, 4 by 5 1/4. I did cut it wrong. The whole thing was cut wrong. Unless you want to cover your card base with it. But I think it looks better with the white border. So you've got it at 4 by 5 1/4. You get that perfect thing around there, your perfect border. Then you take your Starry, it's right in here. It's a new Border Maker cartridge. Your Starry Border Maker cartridge. And in the Border Maker system, there are lines on it. So this isn't 12 inches. This will hold a 12-inch piece of paper. What I want is this to be about in the center so that I can get it. So I'm putting this, what looks to be about the center. Okay. I think that's straight. And then you just punch. Just like I've shown you before. You're going to punch. And that's all you do. And this is probably wasn't in straight. So, okay. So now you got this. You also have the negatives, and they're all tiny little stars that you can use for just about anything. So I'm pushing those aside. Those will come in handy. So to get it to curve like that, I chose the smallest oval, and I think I'm going to turn it this way, and I just want a curve. And I don't want to cut into a star like I did there. So if I do, yeah. So now with the red blade, I'm going to just curve those corners. And that didn't go all the way through. Those things happen. Okay, so now you've got a nice curved spot. The blue is cut at 3.5 by 4.5. I didn't tell you that. So that fits on here. And I bet I cut that wrong too. But then you take your border that you cut with the Border Maker system. All right, with the border cartridge. And I use my precision point scissors. And if you don't have one of these, they're perfect. I love them. So you're going to cut here and then right around the angel. And then I'm cutting this piece off. I don't think that belongs. And then with your repositionable tape runner, you put it on the back of the nativity. And you can center it there. And then repositionable behind the stars. And you can see it's not a rocket science. I mean, I cut the other one smaller. It still comes out really cute. And somebody is going to be getting this. I know a friend of mine just likes to send out religious cards. This is perfect and quick. Because you cut, let's see, 1, 2, 3, 5 at once. 5 nativities at once. And trim them down. And then it's like an assembly line. You can cut a bunch of your gold shimmer at once, a bunch of your blue at once. You can punch them all at once and curve them all at once. So that's a very simple, very quick nativity card that you can make to send out at Christmas time. The other card is a little more involved. And if you're going to make these, you'll need a little more time. So, I'm trying to find my sample piece. What you'll need for that is, yeah, here it is. It's this card. and it opens like this. So you'll need a piece of cardstock. I wrote everything down. That is 11 inches by 4 1/4. Okay? So you're going to score it. You're going to score it here at 5 1/2, and you're going to score it at 2 3/4, and you'll fan fold it. So 2 3/4 and 5 1/2, and that part is done. Okay, so then you'll need a square cut in the size of 3 1/2 by 3 1/2. And we'll put that aside for later. You'll need a pretty neutral, not a busy piece cut at 4 inches by 5 1/4. And then when you put it on, you get that nice border. And this is easy to write a little message here or stamp something or whatever, you know, whatever you want to do. So I'll put that one in. And what I did, I went into my stash and I picked out some Christmas paper that I had. But the Joy to the World that we have now, some of that paper would be perfect for this card. And then this piece here that goes here, this is cut at 2 3/4. No, I'm sorry. This is cut at 2 1/2 by 4, and it fits right there. I'm looking at the wrong numbers on my list. 2 1/2 by 4. And that goes there. So I pre-cut them to save time. And I scored it. I used my 12-inch trimmer for the scoring. It made it really easy. So now you have this piece. And this piece goes right here like that. Yeah, so we'll put some at the bottom. I have to remember not to do this much because that's going to be over the overhang. Now I'll show you how to make the wreath. So you can see, let's see. So what you need for the wreath is your smallest oval. No, you don't use this. You use, that was, see, I was troubleshooting and trying to try different things, and I found that your medium-size oval with the inside works out best. And I cut some rings, and I'll show you how to do the rings, and then you stack them. So what you need is your blue blade, I mean, not your blue blade, your green blade and your red blade. And you know what I did once? I put repositionable tape runner on the back of my patterns here so they don't move. So that's kind of a good tip for you. So, okay, so you take your green blade first and you make sure you don't move that. And you cut on the inside of the medium oval, and that's one. Then you take your red blade. Now, if you wanted to make bigger rings for maybe your scrapbook pages, and you're cutting on the outside, you want to cut the red first. You want to cut, no, it's the same thing. You're cutting the larger one first, not the smaller one first. So whatever one, you can use like blue and green or green and red again, but you're cutting the larger one first. But on the inside, you cut the smaller one first. So that's how you cut a ring, and you end up with some cute ovals to use later. So I'm using my repositionable tape runner, and I'll use a scrap piece of paper. Let's see, I'll use this. And you just put it on the back. Place it. And keep going. So then you angle it. And I kind of looked at this pattern, this particular pattern, and it was the roundest one. I don't like how that looks. Bring it down a little. And that's why repositionable tape runner is good for something like this. First of all, it's a very narrow piece that you're sticking down, so the regular tape runner would take you so much longer to get that. So, and then so if that's how much you like, you could stop there, or you could keep going. And I'll put the last one down. That's how you get a wreath, a nice wreath. And wreaths are really for any time of the year, right? I'll put this way. Okay. So now I want to put a bow on there. And the way I did that, I took a piece of scrap paper. I mean, you can use any kind of a bow, however you know how to make a bow. And I cut it very narrow. And I cut 2 of them. I didn't press down. Let's cut another. And you know, it's not, you don't have to be exact there. And then what I did, I just made loops. So I'll use the back of this. There's one loop. Then I'll trim it. Let's see. But if you had little bows, I mean, I'm sure you can buy little bows in the store. You can make them out of paper like this. This turns out okay. So I'm going to trim. I'm going to trim the back of this one. And I'm going to trim the ends. It's not perfect, but it'll do. I'll put the tape runner down like that and stick this down. Okay, the bow could be a little better, but you get the idea of a real cute card that takes a little longer than the nativity card, but it's really pretty. So there you go. That's today. That's today's Black Friday. And don't forget, comment below if you make either of these cards. Post a picture. You'll get an extra ticket. But do comment. Do comment. You can comment Happy Thanksgiving. You can comment Happy Card Making. You can comment anything. And your name gets entered in a drawing. Thanks for watching. Have a great weekend. I'll be back tomorrow.